Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap session for Wednesday, October the 17th, 2018. My name is Doug McKay. I'm the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Each morning we get together in these live go-to sessions to take a look at the market macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses. Our hypotheses are our trade plans. We do create multiple trade plans. We do not try to predict what the market's going to do. We create plans based on who takes control of the market and what type of context, and then we wait for the market to open up, show its hand, and then we execute the plan that best suits the market. This is a subscription room. If you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. This is not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to, and then we do live trading and analysis during the regular trading hours. And did not open up my disclaimer. Oh, I did. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning event. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and the trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. Okay. Looking at yesterday. Yesterday, our main hypothesis was an open auction in range, just out of value, a move down into the 65 to 60 area as responsive sellers into the RTH session, and then buyers stepping in and rotating us up towards that target at 2782 and 2788. And it looked like we kind of got that, we kind of chopped around. We didn't quite get as low as expected, but once we got above the prior day range, we went into hypo 4, which was a trend day up, and it moved back up towards that TPO single that we put in on October the 10th, and we closed right at the high, 2 ticks off of the high of the day at 28.19, and then because of the fact that it was trend and we are expecting continuation into the Globex, we did get the continuation. They did not get up to the 28.30. Remember that 28.30 is the 50% retracement of the significant breakout day. We're going to talk about that. That's still above us. We got up to the 24, and you can see once the European session opened up, they took it down, and we've come back down to testing this 28.0550 area. We've got a double bottom right now at 28.04. It's kind of a weak low, but this is a area that they did consolidate before the move up into the 19th, so we have to wait and see. Inventory overnight is about 60 to 70% net short, but it is kind of balanced. You can see very toothy profile. We got a double distribution with the key LVN here at the 28.13 area, which is basically where our VPOC shifted up yesterday, and where our VPOC, where our VPOC shifted up into the close yesterday. So let's just take a step back, take a look at, first of all, let's take a look at the economic calendar for the day. We did just have building permits, and they were a miss, but it was only a slight miss. The market really didn't do much. Only went down like a couple points. 12 minutes does not matter. 10:30, we have crude inventory and all its associates. 12:10, we've got Brainerd speaking. And then 2 o'clock, we've got the FOMC minutes coming out. So we do have some news that'll move the market later in the afternoon. There isn't really much that's going to move until 10:30. We'll get the crude inventories. Of course, we are in earnings season again. It's basically, I always considered when Alcoa, reports, it's really the official beginning of earnings. Let me just update this, see if any of these have come in yet. Abbott, so most part you can see, again, earnings for the most part are a hit or a beat. We do have, after the market, we've got Alcoa, United Rentals, Steel Dynamics, Kinder Morgan. So this is really the kickoff where a lot of the big names will start reporting, and really gets big next week. The 23rd, 24th, and 25th of next week. Taking a look at the macro and micro. I do this every morning. I use a simple candlestick chart. I start on a monthly, and I start working my way down. I've still got this problem with my IRT, but let's just keep going. So I start with a monthly with a simple candlestick chart. I use a 9 EMA, 20 SMA. What I'm looking for is slope and separation, strength of the trend. Is price paralleling the 9? Do we got good slope and separation? Or are we coming down and challenging the trend by testing the 9 or getting a possible trend change by a break of the 9 and the 20? You can see we got down below the 9 and we are just bouncing off of it. So the trend is still intact, even though it's been challenged on the monthly. On the weekly, you can see that we are below the 9 and the 20 and move back up into the 28.43 We'll test the 20 from below, but we do have a possible trend change on the weekly. On the daily, we are starting to get slope and separation. We had the 2 inside days, Mr. Sneakies, and a rotation back up to close the technical gap. And we're currently testing the 9 from below. We can get above the 28.1850 area, then we're likely to test the 20 from below, and that'll take us back up into the 28.75, 78 area. Going to the 4-hour, you can see that we're trending down. Then we had a basing pattern, and now we're back above the 9 and the 20, but it's still showing a little bit weakness. We got to watch that 2800, of course. Below that, we're below the 9 EMA on the 4-hour, and could see a move down to the 77, 75 area again on some weakness. And then just moving to the 30-minute. You can see that we continue to be in a downward trend right now from this European session. We have to get back above the 28.0975 in order to get a possible challenge to the downward trend and a move above the 28.14. I'm really watching the 28.19 as a key area. Overnight inventory and moving our numbers over. 28.04 could get a new low. We do have a zipper measured move. We had a couple of them. We had this one right here, and then this one just got taken out at the 28.04, and now we've got this one right here, which has got a target at 28.02 and remains valid until above the 12.75. That would invalidate it. Of course, the 12.75 is a move up into the VPOC from yesterday, and back into this upper distribution where the LVN is right here at the 0975. Just going to move this up slightly. Come on. And this 19 is going to become our over-under line. And our key line in the sand. Sorry, just still having problems with my mouse. I'm going to be using the 2785 area as my key line in the sand. It's moved up. It was in the 50 area. It's now going to move up. Okay, and our daily ATR is running at full session 3580. Just keep in mind that yesterday we had full session range of 7350. Our RTH session alone was 5050. And our month range is 230-250. That's the second highest, so far this year, other than last February on that liquidation break in February. So our daily ATR upside target is up here at the 2839.75. That could change if we break the 2804, and the downside daily ATR target is down here at 2789. That's why I'm using 85.50 as a key line in the sand. Below that, then I'm expecting possibility of a trend day back down. But we've definitely found our buyers down in the 27.45 1/4. Keep in mind that 27.45 1/4 is still a week low. It's a double bottom from the 2 Globex sessions so far this week. So if we do get below that 27.85.50, the target really is going to be a break of the 28.45 1/4, and that could offer a nice opportunity for a good short into that 45 1/4 and below. So just keep an eye out on how we handle the 85, and of course the immediate target will be the week open and the low from yesterday, which are in that 68.70 area. The open of the week is 27.70, and we've got 3 sessions left right now. In terms of hypotheses, I'm looking for a balancing day today up until the minutes. But I'm looking for a balancing day with an upward bias towards the overnight high and towards the 50% of the significant breakout candle. The 50% retracement of the breakdown is also right there at 28.50. That's the fib retracement. So open auction in range, a push down to take out the overnight low and test the 2800, and somewhere between 2800 and the 2792 1/4. I'm expecting buyers to step in here, base, and start working our way up as a rotational day with an upside bias, and the target being this 2830 area. That is hypo 1. Hypo 2, equally weighted because of the the downtrend, and again looking for a balancing day. Hypo 2, equally weighted to hypo 1, open auction in range, a push up into the naked VPOC, possibly a push to take the naked close and test the 2819, but somewhere between the 13 and the 19, possibly even a false breakout. I'm looking for sellers to step in, rotate us down, test the 2800, chop in this area, and then push down into this 78 area down here, and test that range high from the prior day, not yesterday, but the day before that. That is hypo 2. Hypo 3 is going to be continuation up in a trend scenario. Open test drive, take out the overnight low, buyers step in immediately, rip us up into the 19, chop between 19 and the 24, and then push up. And the target is going to be up here in the 28.40 area to 43.50, and closing near the highs. And again, continuing our walk back up into the breakdown day and above the mid of that breakdown day. That is hypo 3. Hypo 4 is a liquidation break, open test drive take out the 12, failed to take out the range high at the 19. Sellers step in early, rotate us down into the 27.93 to 27.89, and then fail, break below the 85, and push down towards this 70 and 65, and basically take back all of that up day yesterday that we had, and close down here near the week open and this naked VPOC down here at 65. Of course, there is a fifth alternative, and that is another inside day as we chop between the 27.93 and the 27.20, and basically just fill in the auction in here and go sideways. Sort of like an inside day, but with a false breakout and failure to hold above the prior day, which is basically chopping inside, the mid 90s to the mid 2810s, that area. So that's good. Going to complete my pre-market on the ES. Quick look at gold. Gold continues to flag up here. I'm going to build a new profile up here, incorporating the 4 days of balance. The balance is 1230. We're sitting right on top of it. The expectation is more chop today in this area with an upside bias to come up and test the 1240 area. If we break below the 26, though, we could move all the way down into the 1214. So watch this this 25, 26 area. As long as we hold that, I'm expecting chop in this area with an upside bias towards the 1240 area. That's going to complete our pre-market. As always, trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.